This is going to be the summer of sanding. When I'm dumpster diving, I try to only take things that are decent wood. But here we go, another table found in the dumpster. And back here we've got the bottom of this dresser, and we have even more chairs. I started these chairs a couple years ago, but then I got sidetracked. They're in terrible condition. This one is not good because I did not use the proper primer, so I'll have to redo that. But this one was done very, very well. Here we are with the before and after. Only 10 more to go. The idea is to eventually weave up different pieces of fabric for each chair, mix and match, but it may take a long time before I get to that point. So it's a good opportunity to show you some of the antiques that I've done in the past. So let's start with this one. This is 190 long by 90 wide, and it was in an old fabric factory where they had the bolts of fabric on the bottom and they would cut them on the top. It's pine, and I've treated it with linseed oil. It's way overdue for a new treatment, a light sanding and new oiling. And then there's this beauty, which I found in an abandoned old market here on Kea. And it was in pretty bad shape, but I love the patina. It's been the inspiration for all the color scheme in the entire house. This is also pine. This thing holds the entire kitchen in it. And it has a marble top, which isn't very thick. I was a little bit afraid to put more weight on it. And now I have this one, which is 3 meters 40 by 75. It has 32 drawers on this side, and on this side it has 8 drawers. Each drawer has these wonderful sections. I found this in France. It was originally used for spices and dried fruits and all kinds of things that you would have in sort of a neighborhood market in a village in France. It seems it was put in storage for a long time, and then later it was used for nuts, bolts, and screws. So here's a drawer that I've kept exactly as the entire piece of furniture was when I bought it, are all the things I found in the furniture. These are the original handles, but there weren't enough for the entire piece. So I've kept them, and I'll use them for something else. These are all the original labels with all the different names of fruits. Here's a newspaper clipping from 1935, the 14th of June. So yeah, that's the museum drawer. So it's nice to remember where we come from and how far we've come. And this too is way overdue for just a light clean and a wax. And then the last one I'm going to show you in here is this table, which it's a single piece of oak, one single trunk, one single tree. It's about 10 centimeters thick. I found this in a chateau in France as well. The only thing I have done to this table so far is treat it with white vinegar in order to eliminate the possibility of any infestation from some wood problems I had here. This table is from 1600. I have a lot of sanding to do this summer. I've been collecting furniture off the street for some time now. I've collected a bunch of stuff that really needs to be worked on. And here is the before picture. For this one, I'm planning to sand down the legs, get the drawer open because it's currently stuck closed, and then have a nice thick marble top. Despite quite a lot of experience, I am not an expert, and I am learning as I go. You always sand with the grain. Sand with the grain, not against it. And what we're going to do now by hand is just kind of work on some of these bits where the paint is still on there. And then, yes, just sand it out. And it'll get smoother and smoother because this is a finer sandpaper than the first time around. After we finished sanding, I cut off the legs and turned it into a coffee table. I'm trying to choose between a few different varnish finishes, which I'll post at the end and you can let me know which you prefer. This next piece that I'm working on is the bottom part of a wardrobe. These were very common in Greece. The older houses don't have built-in closets and they depend on these to store everything. It's not a particularly great piece. The panels above were all cracked and destroyed, so I didn't even bring them from the dumpster. And my plan is to finish it off, cover it with a wood, and then make a nice cushion for it and make it into a bench. Probably a bench that will sit in the bathroom, just for kind of throwing towels on, sitting. That's the idea. But lots of things change along the way, so we'll see what it turns out to. I glued and clamped a few of the places where the wood had come free. It only takes a couple hours for white wood glue to dry during the hot Greek summers. And here's one drawer finished on the top and one drawer that hasn't been touched yet, just to see the contrast. It's hard to see it on camera, but the teak oil at the bottom is less orange than the linseed oil. That's what I don't like about linseed oil. It's a great material, but it tends to give a reddish orange patina to the wood. So I'm going to let this dry a little bit longer and to make a decision. I went with the teak oil, and here's the finished piece. I really look forward to seeing this in my spa bathroom at the house renovation. This one just arrived today, and I think this might end up being my sink base in lieu of the one that I threw out with the round legs. It's quite small, it's about 60 by 45. I'm going to stand this up today and see what's underneath. It's the perfect size for the sink I have, but I'm still not sure if I'm going to use it. Getting back to the pine coffee table, I've put 4 different ideas for varnish, and if you'd like to let me know what you think is best, please let me know down below in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you for subscribing. As soon as the summer season's over on Kea, I'll be back at the house working. See you soon.